Hey, it's Pat with tonight's recap of America's Next Top Model All-Stars. This is episode 9. We're down to, well, now we're 5 girls, but we started with 6. What a fun episode. So we found out that the girls were going abroad, and the way we found out is that because some very gauche men came in and did a very gauche thing in their top model house, according to a rickshaw driver looking Andre Leon Talley. Guys came in and broke dishes and said Opa because the All-Stars were going to Greece for, I guess, the remainder of the cycle, or at least maybe until the finale. They're going to Greece, and more specifically, right now they're in Crete in Greece. So they're there. I don't know. There wasn't much to report. It kind of was weird. They went to Athens, Greece, and they went to a modeling agency, and they met the host of Greece's Next Top Model, who looks like Diane Lane as a model, like a younger version of her. And then they went from Athens to Crete. It seems like a lot of flying, but whatever. In Crete, they move into their beautiful house. Oh, no, wait, just kidding. When they got to Crete, they had to give a speech right when they got off the plane to some local dignitaries and reporters, etc. Very stupid. But they were encouraged to learn some Greek words and to incorporate them into their speech and explain what they were doing in Greece. So they did. Allison, it was a challenge. Allison was the challenge winner, even though her speech was very boring. She used the most Greek words, and she's Allison, and everyone loves her, whether you're American or Greek. So she was the winner. Shannon gave like a really sort of pageant-y sounding speech. Lisa was her normal self. Anjali at the end wanted to know where the bathroom was. So, the girls stayed true to themselves. Allison was the winner. She won a bracelet. Great. When it came time so they move in their house, they go to the photo shoot, which I was very suspicious of, because if you read my blog, which the link is down in the description, I normally get the photos of the week's best shots before I get them like on Friday, Thursday after the show. So there was no photos, no best shots posted this week, only episodic photos, which was perplexing to me. And I assumed that the reason that they didn't post the best shots is because one girl didn't have a best shot. And I thought that meant that one girl was going to get eliminated before panel, so they didn't want to post the photos so you knew who got eliminated before. I was half right, because in the photo shoot, their challenge was to pose in a giant Greek salad. Okay, what? So strange and weird, but it was a beautiful setting, and they got in this big bowl of tomatoes and cucumbers and feta cheese, I guess. And the thing was, though, that they were going to pose in underwear. So obviously, guess who had a problem with that? Little trustworthy Shannon wasn't going to do it. Even though the underwear that they were posing in looked like bathing suits. And I have a feeling that like they almost got underwear that looked like bathing suits so that they could make Shannon feel bad or do it or not do the challenge. And let's be honest, this is a TV show, so there's no doubt in my mind that they picked this underwear that looked like bathing suits specifically to get a reaction out of Shannon. And they did, because Shannon was not going to pose in the underwear that looked like bathing suits, because Shannon doesn't pose in underwear. So all the other girls take photos. Shannon does not. And I was annoyed with her watching on the sideline and commenting like, oh, look, you're like really like stepping on tomatoes and lettuce and stuff. Just go away if you're not going to do the photo shoot. At panel, when they were reviewing the photos, I was torn for how I feel about Shannon. Let's talk about some of the other girls first, then I'll rip on Shannon. Some of the girls' photos were really good. Some of them were just weird. Like Allison with her vampire vision. What? That's a thing? Okay, so she has vampire vision. Clearly she does, because she's weird. Back itch. She couldn't really keep her eyes open in the sun, so her picture her eye was closed. It looks pretty. She did her Allison weirdo thing. Laura just had a strange picture. She was like poured olive oil basically into her eyeball. And her picture did look a little bit raunchy, and that got her in the bottom too. Dominique had a beautiful photo, and I will say she had the best photo by far, but I think her lingerie bathing suit really gave her an advantage because it was red, and she really blended in like with the salad, with the tomatoes. It just complemented the photo shoot a lot. It was a beautiful, beautiful photo. When like Allison was wearing like a zebra stripe bikini, and Lisa had like a neon green bikini or with her underwear. Ugh, I'm so confused. So I think Dominique had a good advantage with that, but her picture was the best by far. Anjali's picture was all right. Shannon had no picture. Is that everybody? Lisa. I like Lisa's picture too. They were saying it looked like a bathing suit thing instead of a lingerie one, but you made lingerie look like bathing suits. We were all confused. So when it came time for panel, Dominique and her big, huge curly hair got the first call out, followed by Allison and Anjali, and then Lisa. Bottom two were Laura and Shannon. The person that went home this week was Shannon, but I was I didn't know who they were going to pick until the last second, because Tyra brought up a good point. At least Shannon was sticking to her brand. Her message, very confusing. She won't pose in underwear no matter what, but she'll pose in a bathing suit that is smaller than underwear because it's a bathing suit and it's not underwear. So I'm glad Shannon went home. I think she needed to go home. I say props to Shannon for being true to her brand. If she doesn't want to pose in underwear, and she's never going to pose in underwear, that's cool. I think her reasoning is total BS. Like, if the underwear versus swimsuit, I think it's BS. But good for her for not posing in underwear if she don't want to. Because guess what? If she was a real working model and she didn't ever want to do underwear shoots, she wouldn't ever go to an underwear casting. She wouldn't ever send her stuff in to an underwear store. So she wouldn't do it. So who cares? If she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't have to do it. But also, it's top model, and it's competition, and it's a TV show. So you had to do it, Tyra, once. See you later. I was very concerned, though, that Laura was going to go because her picture was just whack. And Tyra was enjoying that Shannon was staying true to her brand. So, I don't know. It's confusing. As soon as the best shots are available, I will post them for you on my blog. It's a blogaboutthings.com, or there's a link down in the description. But I would love to know your thoughts on this week's episode because I was a little conflicted, happy with the results, but I don't know, maybe you weren't. So leave some comments and don't do anything gauche, and I will see you next week with the recap. However you say bye in Greek.